what's up, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Matt Stryker, and I'm back with more of the Yankees Latest. All right, let's look at what we've got, folks. Pitchers and catchers will be reporting any minute now. So let's take a look at the Yankees lineup. This is a lineup that features 3 first-rounders and only one guy that ranks over 200 in power ranking overall in the listed starting 9. So let's take a look, shall we? All right, leading off and playing center field is Trent Grisham. Okay, we know what he can do. In right field is a guy named Aaron Judge hitting second. Again, we are familiar. Then you got Ben Rice hitting third, playing first base. I guess it would be Giancarlo Stanton, DH hitting cleanup. Jazz at second, hitting fifth. Dominguez in left, hitting sixth. Ryan McMahon will be in the 7th hole at third. Caballero 8th at short. Wells at catcher turns it over. All right, comment down below and let me know what you think. Obviously, there'll be moving parts here, but let's start with the obvious here. I think Rice has to be effective for teams to not pitch around Judge, right? There is just no way around that. I think Stanton needs to play, period. Should he not, you could see anyone from TJ Rumfield to Spencer Jones in that slide. So that's another big question mark. So if slots 3 and 4 aren't hitting, I don't want to say we're done for, but don't forget, someone, Judge, is going to miss time. It's inevitable, and I hate to say it. So now you're looking potentially at 2, 3, and 4 not producing from the lineup. That's not good, all right? Then you'd have Jazz, okay? Then you'd have Martian behind him, which is a similar scenario. Dominguez needs to hit and play defense for it all to be worth it. Otherwise, you're kind of just putting your thumb in one hole and your toe in the other, and then whatever else you want us to, you know what I mean? The dam's going to break at some point here. And every manager in the lineup, in the league, will know how to pitch to this lineup if they could see those holes. You know, the managers, they look at a lineup differently. They understand their pitching, their bullpen, so on and so forth. How they pitch to that part of the lineup in the 3rd inning versus how they pitch to that part of the lineup in the 7th or 8th inning is a big difference. Moving on, behind that would then be Ryan McMahon. I think the Colorado effect is there. I get it. But this is a guy that after 9 seasons has a career OPS of 738. Now, you can go look this up, but I'll tell you, your comps are Brett Gardner, Mike Moustakas, Devon White, for those that remember. If McMahon can get hot and be a spark at the bottom of the order, it can be very beneficial, especially if the aforementioned assumed scenario should play out where Judge isn't playing or 3 and 4 aren't hitting or 6 isn't, you understand? Then continuing the bottom of the order, you'd have Caballero hitting 8th and then Wells hitting 9th. So Caballero, he's a career 316 OBP player. Now that's average, just average, okay? But last year, Caballero had an OBP of 372, which is well above average. The bottom line is he needs to get on in order to steal bases. That's his power. That's what he offers to this team. Then Wells, don't forget, he clubbed 20 homers and 20 doubles last season. So more of that, please. It's really looking like if the bottom of the lineup can be productive, then whatever we get from Judge, Rice, Dominguez, et al. Will be gravy. So that's what I'm looking at, because instead of relying on, all right, Judge needs to hit and this guy needs to do this, how about the unexpected stuff? How about 7, 8, and 9 really coming into their own and then producing a very long lineup? And then you've got your guys, because then if Jones hits, if Dominguez hits, if this happens or that happens, yay! So that's the listed lineup along with the bench, which would be Cabrera, Rosario, DeYoung, Escara. I don't know. What do you think? Comment down below. But that's where I think we're going here. You know, let me know if you think the lineup is good. Subscribe if you think it needs help. So how about this? Like if the lineup is good. Subscribe if you think this lineup needs help. Because either way, something's got to happen. All right, what is happening is that International Signing Day is here. And I just think it's a great thing because it changes lives. Basically, these are amateurs. These are kids from all over the world, international prospects that can have their whole worlds change with just a stroke of a pen. And you got to love that. You know, some kid pitching in some far-off land, whether impoverished or not, but, you know, far away from Major League Baseball in the United States of America. And then this day comes and a scout's been watching and boom, Whole life changes. The Yanks are in the lowest tier with regards to pool money. They sit at about $5.4 million of pool money. But the Giants are also in that pool with the same amount, and the Giants just signed the top prospect, which is a Venezuelan shortstop, Luis Hernandez. But the Yanks did recently part ways with their international director of scouting, a guy named Donnie Roland. So that's really hampered things. And I think just in this day where free agents and trades are all the talk, good business comes in finding good deals. Should the Yankees be able to sign a potential star, that would be great. But it seems that this whole offseason has just been about speculation. And I don't know if society is comfortable with that, even though it's what we seem to do all the time. Well, one thing that we can speculate no more over are that the rival Boston Red Sox have some pitching. Yikes. The Red Sox rotation sets up like Garrett Crochet, Ranger Suarez, who was an international sign, by the way, for like $25,000 with the Phillies. Go look that up. Let's start with Suarez here, talk about Suarez. He doesn't throw especially hard, but he has a good walk and ground ball rate, respectively. So I think it's a good ad for them, but there are a lot of questions. Let's continue with their rotation and then have a full conversation. So Crochet, Ranger Suarez, and it's Sonny Gray. I don't love Sonny Gray. I think he's just a different pitcher than he was with Oakland, with the Yankees. He's just a different pitcher, and maybe someone takes that spot. Then it's Brian Bayo. Then it's probably Yohan Oviedo. And now that I think about it, Crochet throws hard. Bayo and Oviedo throw hard, or harder than average. And then there's Ranger Suarez and Sonny Gray, and that offers a bit of a dynamic. So, you know what? Maybe I reserve comment there on the whole Sonny Gray thing. I think he can play to this strategy, if that is their strategy. Let's see. If anything does falter, there's still, you get ready, Cutter Crawford, Connolly Early, Peyton Toll. They got Kyle Harrison from the Giants and the Devers deal. I mean, that's four guys, right? That's a rotation right there. This team is stacked pitching-wise, and they are no walkover whatsoever. It's going to be tough sledding for Yankee fans, and we're not even talking about their lineup. Just overall, when you look at it, a lot of the rankings have come out, and I think like 7 of the top 30 players in baseball play in the AL East. 13 of the top 30 players in baseball play in the American League. It's tough, It really is, and it's not like it's the group of death for my International Football World Cup fans, and it's not the Norris Division in hockey or what they used to call what was it, the NFC Central? I forget, but you get what I'm trying to say. But it looks like the AL East might be that division. An argument could be made for the NL West. I think the NL East is always a dogfight, and remember, Atlanta's going to be. What happened with Atlanta last year was fluky, right? They're going to be right back there. So already, again, you have 3 teams vying for it. So it's going to be fun, but the Red Sox getting better makes it really, really difficult. All right, folks, one thing that isn't difficult is showing some love. And I wanted to show some love to the entire Fan Arch Media Network. There's a family, there are channels, your favorite teams are there. You can check it out. We'll just do baseball here, but there's basketball and football as well. And the address for the page is right down below. Showing some love to the other baseball shows. There's Mets Daily. They've got 3,400 subscribers. Go check them out. There's the Dodgers Latest. They have 2,400 subs. Even if you hate the Dodgers, you'll get good insight there. The Red Sox, now 2,900 subscribers. That show is called Red Sox Now. Orioles Today, 1,700 subscribers. There's Jays Latest with 1,400 subscribers. Cubs Daily with 1,000. And then there's us, the Yankees Latest, with 338 subscribers. So low, we're not even on the Fan Arch splash page when you go to the YouTube thing. So let's build, folks. Let's build those numbers up here. All right, we get good info there from all the folks. You go to youtube.com/@FanArch, and if you want to interact with me, can't imagine why, I'm at Matt Stryker TV on X, pretty much. And beyond that, it's been fun. And there are so many content creators out there, and we live in a world where you can get hot. So I would just like to see good people have good things happen to them. There's a lot of good information out there. It's not just baseball. Like I said, go to the page. You'll see football, basketball. There's card trading. There's just all kinds of stuff. And I just think it's really great what the folks over there at FA are doing. All right, folks, that That's about it for me here. Whatever happens, we'll talk about. But then again, we never know what's going to happen because that's a story for another time. Perhaps next time, right here on the Yankees Latest. Subscribe.